donkey.
Say it again, Charlamagne.
I'm a donkey.
Yes, you are a donkey.
So I'll show you how to act a donkey.
Everything that Charlamagne is saying is true.
Donkey of the day for Thursday, September 19th goes to Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Now, Governor Sanders was speaking at a rally for former President Donald Trump, and she said that the Vice President, Kamala Harris, lacks humility because she said Kamala lacks something that keeps people humble. What is that thing? What is that thing that the VP lacks that keeps people humble, Governor Sanders? What's the news report, right? What is it? What? I know, but I don't have no. Oh, let's go to the news report.
You can walk into a room like this where people cheer when you step onto the stage and you might think for a second that you're kind of special. Then you go home and your kids remind you very quickly you're actually not that big of a deal. My sweet daughter reaches up, pats my shoulder and says, "It's okay, Mommy. One day you can be pretty too." So my kids keep me humble. Unfortunately, Kamala Harris doesn't have anything keeping her humble.
Well, that's news to me. Oh. Ladies, Lauren, did you know that kids are a permanent reminder of what's important and they keep you humble? And if you don't have any, then you don't know what's important in life and you're not humble?
I know what's important in life, and I'm very humble.
Sarah said you can walk into a room, you know, like this, where she was, where people cheer when you step onto the stage, and you might think for a second that you're kind of special. Then you go home and your kids remind you very quickly you're actually not that big of a deal. Interesting, because I think differently. In fact, I don't care about the validation of others. I don't care about the love of others. I appreciate it, but what I actually care about is the love of my family. Okay, I don't care what strangers think of me. I care about what my family thinks of me. So if my family loves their daddy, if my wife loves her husband, I'm on cloud 9. Okay, don't nothing in life gas me up like them. Okay, when you see me showing up as my full self, head held high, commanding respect, it's because of what I represent, and what I represent is my family. So my family makes me feel like I am a big deal. Okay, Sarah, if your family doesn't make you feel like a big deal, it's probably because they don't respect you. Okay, and you make it very easy saying foolish ass self-hating statements like the one you made. Okay, yes, this statement is self-hate because you are a woman. So what you basically did was co-opt misogynistic talking points from the J.D. Vances of the world in an attempt to marginalize women and make them feel less than for not having kids. Can I give you some stats, man? Let me give you some stats, man. I did some research, and by research, I mean Google and ChatGPT. Google told me in 2020, 46.8% of women in America were childless. ChatGPT told me in the most recent data from the U.S. Census Bureau that about 15 to 16% of women aged 40 to 44 are childless. 97.2% of women between the ages of 15 and 19 were childless, the highest by any age group, and I understand that. That makes complete sense. You shouldn't be pregnant between 15 and 19, but 18 years old, you can vote. So I just wonder what a young 18-year-old, 19-year-old woman thinks when they are told they are childless cat ladies and they lack humility and don't know what's important because they don't have kids. Not to mention, a lot of young girls' leader, Taylor Swift, okay? She also called herself a childless cat lady. All right, what will they feel when they hear their leader taking on, saying that, okay, 68.1% of women who didn't graduate from high school were childless, the highest percentage of any education group. 50.6% of women of all other races and race combinations were childless. 48.1% of Asian women were childless, and 47.7% of white women who are non-Hispanic were childless. Childlessness can vary, okay? It's based on all types of factors: education level, career focus, socioeconomic status. What I am getting at here, okay, I am simply saying, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, okay, young Huck, why are you and the GOP so hell-bent on pissing off one of the largest populations of voters in America? Women, okay? Donald Trump already has a women's voters problem. No. Not the man who takes credit for overturning Roe v. Wade, not the man who appointed 3 far-right Supreme Court judges who voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. You mean the man who brags about taking away a woman's right to choose is having a problem with women's voters? Not the man who talks like this about women.
But what I did is something for 52 years. They've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states. And through the genius and heart and strength of 6 Supreme Court justices, we were able to do that. Each individual state is voting. It's the vote of the people now. It's not tied up in the federal government. I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it.
Well, should the woman be punished for having an abortion?
Look,
I would say that it's a very serious problem, and it's a problem that we have to decide on. It's very hard.
But you're
are you
forbidding
going to
it.
say, well, wait, are you going to say put them in jail? Is that
Well,
the
no, what I'm
punishment that
asking
you're
you,
talking about?
because you say you want to ban it. What's that mean?
I am pro-life.
Do you believe
do
you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
Jesus Christ. Then you got his running mate talking like this. This is J.D. Vance.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. If you look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children.
Pete has kids.
Pete got 2 kids.
Yes, he does. Look, man, you're going to need suburban women to win this election. But for some reason, you and your cronies are hell-bent on pissing women off. And then you bring out women like Sarah Huckabee Sanders to further reinforce the women what they already know and believe, and that is you shouldn't be in the White House. And what's ironic about Sarah Huckabee Sanders' statements is she's the one not being humble. When you are humble, you don't think you are better than others. And Sarah thinks she's better than the VP because she has biological kids and the VP doesn't. And staying humble is never thinking that you are better than anyone else. Mm-hmm. Furthermore, Sarah Huckabee Sanders looks very easy to draw. Even if you don't have any artistic abilities, all you have to do is pick up a pencil and you could draw Sarah Huckabee Sanders' face. It's just a round face, dark eyes, strong jawline. Okay, she looks on a lot of levels like the orange angry emoji, and I can't quite put my fingers on it, but I feel like she could identify as a sandwich.
A what?
Something about Sarah Huckabee Sanders reminds me of a ham sandwich, just a plain ham sandwich, no condiments, ironically not even mayonnaise, just one piece of ham on 2 pieces of plain white bread. I can't explain it, but now that I've said it, I bet you can't unsee it.
And I just drew it.
You just drew it, right?
Yep. This is the
You
white
can't tell me.
bread.
Come
You see how
on
dry
now.
that bread
Show
is?
the camera. Look, that is definitely Sarah Huckabee Sanders. It took her 6 seconds. It took Lauren LaRosa 6 seconds.
I see her.
to draw Sarah
I
Huckabee
see
Sanders.
her. I want her to know I see her.
That is her. Please.
You see the hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Please let Kathy Griffin give Sarah Huckabee Sanders the biggest hee-haw.
Please give this giant jar of mayo the biggest hee-haw.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't pulled out my artsy skills in a minute.
You don't even have to have any to draw her.
Was that a compliment or was that shade?
A little bit of both.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Is that ham is not Boar's Head, right? Because Boar's Head has a couple of recalls recently.
That's good. She needs to be recalled.
I think this like government ham.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes, ma'am.
Up next, sir. Don't misgender me.
72 flavors of that bootylicious bubble gum.
Hey.
Asking Robin.
Okay.
Y'all are.
You ain't see that in the Diddy indictment. It said women and others.
Others.
I missed the others.
Others?
But I mean,
God,
I'm relying on my yeah, got you.
Your bros?
Yeah.
All right.
Donkey of the Day is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.